Hey guys, what's going on? Sean Mathis here, and wanted to talk with you guys about Instagram. Before we get into the program, I want to preface this with Instagram. Keeping in the back of your mind that in my opinion, Instagram is probably the number one contender, if of the social platforms that are out there, that could be the next Facebook. When we look at it from a generational perspective, we've got the millennials and younger are on Instagram primarily. If you look at folks under the age of 20, and we're going to get into some stats here in a subsequent training, but the future generation is definitely Instagram savvy. They're far more engaged on Instagram than they are on Facebook. And when you're looking long term from a marketing perspective, you have to keep that in mind. You have to stay ahead of the curve. Don't wait until everybody's on Instagram marketing and you start noticing that the wave has crested before you decide to move to that platform. Get ahead of the curve right now, because it may be 3 to 5 years before Instagram is the big deal, or it's one of those necessaries, as we know that Facebook is a necessary. If you're going to market, have any sort of marketing strategy, you have to include Facebook. I believe that in the next 3 to 5 years, Instagram is going to be that player. You're going to have Instagram campaigns running in order to be successful and be a player in your industry. So keep that in mind, that you don't have to be perfect, but you have to be involved and you have to practice. You have to make time for Instagram marketing, keeping content flowing on your Instagram page. And so what I want to share with you is 10 tips to get you started when using Instagram. Again, we're going to go through some tips, and we're going to have some other trainings on understanding the insights, the demographic insights on Instagram from a business perspective. But most people right now are using Instagram for personal use. Here, probably 6 months ago, Facebook released the ability to now run Instagram ads congruent with your Facebook campaigns. And if you've gone through the Facebook marketing module, you'll have seen how to set those campaigns up. But we're also going to talk about that in later trainings here as well in our Instagram series. So what we want to know is, how are we going to leverage Instagram for business? Instagram is primarily a mobile-driven app. You can access Instagram from your desktop, but you are very, very limited in terms of functionality from the desktop. So you're going to have to get the app, and this is just going to be one of those funnels and one of those strategies that you're going to use on the go from your cell phone device or from your tablet. It's different from other platforms in that regard. Snapchat is another one of those mobile-only type apps where you're going to do most of your engagement, most of your content creation from the mobile device. Once your account's set up, you'll have a page that you can view, like I said, but it's very basic. I'll switch gears here and show you what my page looks like on Instagram from the desktop view. Let me just switch screens here. So this is my Instagram desktop view, and as you'll see, it gives you a preview of the photos that I've uploaded. You can load more. You can click on the photo to see what was actually posted with it, but the standard view just shows you the photo. It doesn't give you the text that was sent with it. You've got profile picture, link here. One of the things that you have to keep in mind with Instagram is that, unlike Facebook, it does not accept hyperlinks in post. So you've got one hyperlink that you're able to use, and that's going to be here in your profile. So as you're setting up content and you're trying to drive business, maybe from Instagram to another platform or to a website, you're going to have to point them into click the link in your profile for click-through capabilities. You can post a link, you can post a web address in your profile or in your post, but it's not going to be clickable. They're not going to be able to follow the hyperlink. It's not going to be hyperlinked. The only hyperlink is actually in your profile. So something to keep in mind as you're posting. I'm going to switch gears back over to our notes. All right, so number 2 is choose a recognizable username. You can sign up for Instagram with an email address or from your Facebook account, which is what I would recommend doing. If you've already set up your Instagram account with an email and you kind of got some momentum there, then that's okay, just keep it. But the easiest way, if you have not set up your Instagram account yet, is just to go ahead and click the sign in with Facebook option as you log into your mobile app there. Once you sign up, it's going to have you choose a username. Mine, of course, is Sean Mathis. It's my name. But you'll want to use yours with business in mind. That's where our example is that we're going to teach you, and with our strategy, we want you to use Instagram. And you can have multiple Instagram accounts. So you can have a personal Instagram, and then you need to also have a business Instagram. So what we're talking about here is for your business. So use your agency name or your company name, but something that's easily recognizable. You don't want to be Big Papa 0505 or anything like that. It'll be displayed publicly, and it's what other people see and how they find you. So make sure that you choose something, again, that's recognizable and close to your business name, as close as possible. It may already be taken, your specific name, but you need to have it as close as possible and try to refrain from any slang or jargon. It's going to ask you for your full name. It's where you want to put the business name to make it easier for people to find you through the search function. Update your profile, and I've got an example here with Constant Contact. Instagram lets you fill out 150 character bio about your business. Because of the text limitations, you'll want to be clear and concise about what you do. You don't want to use a whole bunch of pretty fancy language. Be very short and to the point. If you look at Constant Contacts here, they're pushing people to join their culture and understand more about them in their bio, and that's how they've decided to set theirs up. But you'll see this is what your bio will look like. You can add your business's website. Again, we talked about that just a few minutes ago. It's the only clickable hyperlink in your profile, or that you'll be able to post on Instagram is in your bio, in your profile there. You want to add a recognizable profile picture. The dimensions for the profile picture with Instagram, it's 160 by 160. If you don't know what your pixels are, just go into the settings of the photo and it'll show you. But you can also upload it and it'll allow you to crop the photo and whatnot. But make sure that you don't have it cut off. If you're using a logo, don't let it cut off half your name. I see a lot of people do that. If you need help, go to one of the formatting app. There's a ton of free formatting apps. If you just say, formatting conversion in the search for Google for Instagram profile pictures, you'll have tons of stuff that'll pop up that you can use, and make sure that you get that formatted, or send it out to go to a website called Fiverr, Fiverr.com. And there's tons of graphic designers that'll do that for $5 real quick, turn it around to you, and you just send them a note and let them know that you're looking to format your logo to fit Instagram, and they'll give you a good quality 160 by 160 size. What's most important about the photo is that again, it's recognizable. You can see it, and it looks good on the mobile device. So anytime you update information, view it from your mobile device. That's what people are going to see. So if you're creating this from your desktop, make sure that you're reviewing it on your mobile device, because again, that's where most of the traffic is going to come from. And we've got a couple of screenshots here in the notes that'll show you exactly how to import from Facebook or Twitter. You can take a photo, choose from your photo library to change your profile picture there. Get set up for social sharing. This is very important. It's a very easy way to pour content through multiple channels. My specific strategy most of the time is to share Instagram and Twitter. So I don't actually post on Twitter. All of my Twitter content comes from Instagram. But I don't share everything that I share on Instagram on Facebook. And I'll tell you why. I like to have exclusive content. In other words, there's a reason to be on my Instagram and there's a reason to be on my Facebook. There's different content on both of those channels, and it gives people the reason to subscribe to you on multiple platforms. So if you're on Google Plus, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, if you're just using one of those third party where you post one time and it'll spread it across all platforms, you're not giving people a reason to follow you on other platforms. In fact, it becomes a little bit annoying for folks who do follow you on multiple platforms, because they're seeing you saying the same things on all these, so they'll likely unfollow you in certain areas if they're tired of seeing that same thing. It's the same thing as if you were to share something on your business page for Facebook and then share the same thing on your personal page, and you've got most of your followers on your business page or on your personal page. You just hit them twice. Or it's like if you get emailed by somebody the same email twice. Every time they email, you get it 2 or 3 times. It becomes really it becomes a hassle for the user, for your followers, for your fans, friends, whatever you want to say. So I would pick one. In my case, I use Twitter and Instagram. They're synonymous, and I do that because I'm just not very active on Twitter. It's not one of the more fun platforms for me. It's a much more difficult platform to get business from. I get far more business from Instagram and from Facebook, so that's where I focus my efforts. Now, there are times that I do share, and I think it is important once in a while to share something from Instagram and let that leak into Facebook as well. And the reason being is that whenever you share from Facebook, it will say via Instagram on the Facebook post, and that will entice some of your friends to click that. When they click that via Instagram, they click that hyperlink, it'll take them to follow you on Instagram quite easily. So once in a while, I will mix we'll cross the content on both Facebook and Instagram, but for the most part, I keep separate content. The steps to integrate here are in the notes. You essentially go to your share settings, and then I've got a photo here, and it'll show Facebook. You'll click on the Facebook link, and it'll ask you which Facebook account. If you've got multiple Facebook accounts, then you can decide which one it'll default to. If you want to change it, you just go into that settings before you post on Instagram, before you write the post out. Go to your share settings. If you know, hey, I'm going to share this post on Facebook or on Twitter, make sure that you go in before and hit that share button and go to Facebook to determine which Facebook page if you have multiples. Otherwise, it's going to default to your personal page, and maybe you want it to go on a business page. I don't know. So just make sure, because the worst thing you can do is if you take the photo, edit it, and do all that cool stuff, and then say, hey, I want to share it, but then you got to go in and pick the page. You'll have to go in and delete everything you just did on the photo, then select share settings, and then you'll be able to post it. So make sure before you post, if you know you're going to share it, go to your share settings and set that up, then write out your post and edit your photo. Okay, so now that the profile is set up, it's time to take the first photo. So quick run through on how it works. First, you're gonna click the blue icon at the bottom, and we've got a little screenshot here to show you. For those of you that have never used Instagram, I like to take the photo from Instagram. You can take photos from your phone and import it through Instagram, but Instagram has its own settings and pixel settings, so it'll format better if you take it from Instagram. So my advice to you is actually take it from Instagram rather than taking it from your phone and then importing it in Instagram. Although they have become better at allowing you to crop and bring your photo in to fit the dimensions for the Instagram platform, best practice would be to go ahead and just take it from the actual app itself. You can also share video from Instagram. They're 30-second videos that you're able to do, and you can also use filters. That's really the cool thing about Instagram is the filters and the different ways in which you can edit the photos. You think of Instagram as a way to share your life through images, right? With Facebook, we have the ability to do a lot of typing, and folks will read and engage differently on Facebook than they do Instagram. With Instagram, the key is to make sure that you have really nice photos. That's what people are there for. they're there to see the pictures. They're not there to read some long novel about your day. They're there to see photos. So think of, you know, what your life looks like through a camera lens, and take the most interesting photos that you possibly can in order to get engagement. We're going to talk about hashtagging with Instagram, and how that's important, or why that's important, and how to use it effectively in another one of our trainings. But the key for Instagram is hashtagging, photos, and filters. Those three components are probably the most important to get your following up, next to ads, obviously. And here's a couple of examples of the filters that you can use and what they look like. You can add a photo map, which is a good idea, which is basically like checking in on Facebook. It drops a pin, shows people where you're at. And another good reason to do that is because the business that you tag, that if you're there, or say that you're there, will get a notification. It's a great way to get them to engage and follow back with you. Setting up your location. When you click the name of the location, it's got a list of previously used locations in your general area that other people have used. If you have a brick and mortar location, you may see that someone has already named your location. So if you have a brick and mortar, if you've got an agency and you have not checked in on Instagram, once you set up your page, you hit that location button and you can claim your location, similar to on Facebook. So you need to do that on both Facebook and Instagram. Check in at your office. It'll drop a pin. If it doesn't show up there that anybody's ever checked in, you can then create the place so that people can, when they're searching or when they drop a pin, it'll show up in the list of items that are, or stores that are in the area, or locations that are in the area. After your photo's posted, you'll see the location name in blue. Where you click the name of your location, you'll be able to see every photo that has been tagged there. It's a great resource for seeing what people like and want to share about your business. So a great way to start getting some traction using Instagram, using a business Instagram, creating an Instagram profile for your business, is to entice your customers to check in when they're in the office. Maybe have a promotion to say, hey, you know, we're going to give you a $5 Starbucks card if you will take a photo with us and check in on your Instagram page for those that have it. It's a great way to get viral marketing out there. The search engines pick it up, and it starts giving your business page better placement whenever you're posting or people are searching for businesses in your area. And this is just an example of what that will look like when they can click your agency name or your business name. Once you've checked in, that will then be a hyperlink, and then any other user that sees this, I can go and click for, in this example, Shorten Maine. It'll take me to show me all of the other photos that have been posted there. So it's a great way to really show client successes. Anytime you have a client in your office, again, take a photo with them, get them to do that, and it's a great way to basically build a big testimonial for your business. Tell people that you're on Instagram, obviously. Leverage your existing channels to let people know that your business is on Instagram. Post about it on your different platforms. Ask people to follow you. Again, when people come into the office, ask if they have Instagram and see if they'll take a photo with you. Use your email list, announcing that you've got your Instagram page up. Follow others. Right? This is one of those platforms that was originally is primarily with celebrities, is where a lot of engagement is happening, and people want to see what's going on with their favorite celebrities or sports teams or things like that. But the best way to get other users is, everybody's out there trying to build their following, and we're all trying to do the same thing. So take initiative and follow other businesses. Ask other business owners or professionals that you do business with if they have an Instagram, and follow them. One of the tips that we'll show you is, if you'll hashtag, let's say you're looking to connect with real estate agents, hashtag Dallas Realtors or Dallas Real Estate, hashtag Dallas Real Estate, and then we can find everything that's associated with it and start going and liking those photos and following those users, commenting on their pictures. This is one of those platforms you have to take initiative in order to get engagement. So if you want engagement, you have to give engagement first, and then you will get it back. It's one of those cool platforms where people don't get as much engagement on Instagram as they do, say, Facebook. So when they do get a notification, they jump to it right away. So in that regard, although you don't get as much, if you will go out and engage people, you can really stand out from, getting 200 or 300 likes on Facebook and just being, one of those several hundred people that engage with a post, or being one of 30 comments. You don't really stand out. But when you can be on a platform like Instagram and go and make a comment and tag that user, you'll really catch their attention that way. So it's a strategy. We've got another short video where we're going to share that with you and show you step by step how to do that. Get social. Again, you set up the account, you've learned the basics, find the right people to follow, start building a presence on your Instagram. Key component of building your audience is engaging with people. Like I just said, when someone likes or comments on your photo, like and comment back. The way that you tag someone is using the @ symbol and then their name. And when you type their name, a list of usernames will pop up. Find them and make sure you tag people. That way they get that notification. Again, it's not like Facebook where people can see what you post. It doesn't have that viral component to it. So if you like a photo, there's no timeline that gets thrown in to show people that, oh, Sean liked Bob's picture. So it's really important. You have to have, it forces you to have a much more intimate engagement with others in order for you to stay top of mind. You can't just rely on the fact that they're going to see all of your activity. There's no activity newsfeed. There's just posting newsfeed. So you'll receive notifications whenever you get tagged in a photo. You can view all those photos that you've been tagged in. And then in our next video, we're going to actually show you a couple of examples and strategies. So this is just a really basic overview for Instagram and getting you set up. So what I would need you guys to do is to go ahead and set up your Instagram account and then share that Instagram page in the group so that we can follow you. All right. And then, or go and follow myself just on Instagram. Type in Sean Mathis, SeanMatheis. I will follow you back. And as I see things, and I'll like and comment and engage with you. And a good idea, again, is once you set up that account, go ahead and make that first post and share that on over your Facebook and invite people to join you. Right.